Last one in 2022. The last one. How you all doing? If you have questions, I know, so we're gonna have Sadhguru be with us. If you have questions, think about them. Post them in big letters. I'm sure you have a ton of questions because we're at the end of 2022. We're moving into 2023. These calendars that my niece created are now available on my website, psychicandetdion.com. I've noticed you have to type in the .com. So we'll just kind of settle in, wait for people to start showing up. Hello, hello, hello! Glad you're here. So let's all reflect on the year that we're leaving behind. Victoria, all right, Canada's in the house. Thanks for showing up, because there wouldn't be a show without you. Glad you're here. Let's see who's going to pop in from the furthest away. Tomorrow night, it would be the next day. It would be New Year's somewhere at this time. Happy New Year. So glad you're here. Now, let's go to some topics. Let's see, the moon today has been in Aries? Yeah, Aries. Fiery day. California's here. Let's see who's here from the furthest away. Yeah, somebody, Atlanta, Brooklyn gal. You guys, you were asking me about the Idaho murderer, and he was caught. I said it would be a couple of weeks after the murders. It was so hard. Some things are just really, really, really so hard to tune into. But I had said that I felt that he was a person possessed by a demon, the Idaho murderer, and that he was in the woods. And come to find out, I think they caught him in the mountains. So, California, we're seeing who's here from the furthest away. Maybe Yoon will show up. She's in Singapore, Northern Ohio. So far, the farthest away is Canada. Okay, so let's ask the pendulum which deck to use. We have a, you know what I feel like using? I feel like using this one tonight. Let's do this. Cleveland, Ohio. Say hello to one another. We're all just one big happy family here. And I'm glad you're here. I'm feeling like earlier I noticed, and I remember last year at this time too, after Christmas and the in-between time, moving into the new year, this is not the easiest time for a lot of people. So let's just talk about, before we jump into, predictions, let's talk about what we can do, because I feel the energy of the collective is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy right now. Christmas is a time, that whole season is a time where people get uplifted. There's lights everywhere, and they're still around. My lights are still up. I just know that a lot of people can kind of have a drop in their energy, a drop in their mood this time of year, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere. I recommend a mood light, to have a mood light, Southern California. And also to make sure you're getting some exercise and make sure you're hanging out with positivity in whatever form that may come. Clearing all the clutter out. Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'm clearing out a not very full storage space. I'm clearing it out. I'm just really going minimalist. Really going minimalist in the new year. Only things that I need will I have in my possession. Please hit the thumbs up, and thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Much appreciate. I think We'll go with the Tarot of the Divine, but we might switch it out. Yeah, that's feeling good. Tarot of the Divine is feeling good. So ways to bring your energy up. I don't know, I feel like I should be talking about that. Ways to bring your energy up. Make sure you're eating really, really healthy foods like fresh produce. You can make soups. You can really lay it on thick. Lay on the health food really heavily to lift the energy up. The news is extremely difficult. And with everything that's coming down in the United States, for instance, and then with Ukraine and all that, people are really feeling the heaviness. So positivity. And I found too, I got a book for the Christmas season. I don't think I have it right here. But anyway, it was like Yuletide stories, and it was like old stories like Charles Dickens and Louisa May Alcott, and I read something by what's his name? Henry Wadsworth Longfellow at Church of Spirituality last week. And I'm just saying, if you want to bring up the energy, I find that it's really good to read something that is, maybe an old author from way back when, just to immerse yourself in something that's simple to read but real descriptive, and because it does help to use our imagination. We kind of forget that because we're in this world of technology where everything's kind of fed to us. So that can be really fun. You guys are all saying hi to each other. That's great. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Patty. And thank you to everyone who's been sending me kind messages and of appreciation. It really means a lot. It makes me come back. I'll always come back, but it makes me feel even better about coming back each time. Let's pick a few cards for the collective. Anybody have any big New Year's plans? Let us know what you're doing. Let us in on the fun. The cards for the collective. Okay, so, this is interesting. Since I'm in the U.S. and most of you are in the U.S., the cards for the collective, this is the Six of Swords. The January 6th committee is coming down to the end of their investigation, the end of their work. And the Six of Swords, these are just cards for the collective. Six of Swords is about the January 6th committee finishing up, they're rowing away, their work is complete, they've done what they set out to do. And the Sun card, everything that Donald Trump has done is being illuminated. The Sun is revealing all. The guides told me today that the most apt description for the year 2023 is the year of revelations. And I'm not referring to the Bible, the book of Revelations. I mean, it's the year of revelations. That's what the guides gave me. It's a year of revelations. And so I've done a couple. Monday night I did 2023 predictions. And then on Bridge Cape Inn on Wednesday, please check out the show if you haven't. You have to go to Bridge Cape Inn to see it. We did a long show as usual, and there were a lot of 2023 predictions then. And I had said that I feel 2023 is going to be the year that we see a lot of progress in a lot of areas. A lot of progress, a lot of advancements in technology in particular, and a lot of progress, a lot of improvement of our situations in 2023. Just for the collective. And so that's good, because I'd rather feel progress than, regress, and expansion than restriction. So a lot of progress in 2023 on so many fronts. But the guides are telling me 2023 will be the year of revelations. So there's that. And then these are the cards for the collective. Just to start out, I have the Justice card. So we will see justice coming. We will see justice coming. This year coming up. This week coming up and this year coming up. In less than a week. Actually, yeah, less than a week. the insurrectionist representatives are going to be seated, reseated, or re-sworn in, or sworn in for the first time. We're having a little bit of trouble wrapping our minds around people that took an oath to defend and protect the Constitution from all enemies, foreign and domestic. We're actually domestic enemies. We're having a hard time with that one. The fireside psychic, I like it. Does that say psychic? I think you spelled it wrong. That might be intentional. So, it's disconcerting. The fireside psychic. P-S-Y-C-H-I-C. Like psychology chick. Psychic. So, let's take a look at what's going to happen with that. Because on January 3rd, we have actual insurrectionist representatives and a big liar with the last name Santos being sworn in. So right off the bat, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, autocorrect. It's in your handle. It says, well, you can keep it. If you like it, keep it. Who cares about spelling? It's hard. It's hard. These people should not be. They should not be seated. But because of Kevin McCarthy saying nothing about anything heinous, because of Kevin McCarthy saying nothing about anything completely off the rails, and completely conspiratorial, because of Kevin McCarthy not doing his job, and Mitch McConnell's not doing his job, and nobody's saying anything about that these people shouldn't be seated, we're going to take a look at how that's going to go. Because I had said during the show on Wednesday night that I see a lot of insanity for about 3 months. This is an opportunity for the American people to rise up and to speak out. For example, we need to protest that Santos guy, I don't even know what his first name is at the moment. I don't know if even if I knew, but who knows if that's even his name. Lied about his entire identity and his life and his heritage, and he's going to be seated. So this is kind of a big deal. It's kind of a big deal that we have to pay attention to. So we need to be protesting, we need to be writing letters to our representatives opposing criminals being seated in Congress. It's that simple. And let's make our New Year's resolution. If you haven't attended our Grassroots of Democracy meetings, we're going on 1 full year of having Grassroots of Democracy. So, psychicandetdion.com, sign up. There's nobody's going to ask you to do anything. Just come to the meetings. Be a presence. Grassroots of Democracy. It's on my website. 3 cards about what's going to happen January 3rd. Jim Jordan is chomping at the bit to go after the January 6th committee to investigate the investigators, and they're like really badly behaved children, school children. They're really like badly behaved. We all knew people when we were children in elementary schools that in our elementary school days that were bullies, that were mean, and that's what they're like. Alright, so the High Priestess, okay, so this is the 9 of Wands, so the January 3rd swearing in of insurrectionist members of Congress. They want to burn down the house, that's what they want to do. However, see the house? The house and the burning. Their plan is to burn down the house. I don't mean literally. I don't mean with fire. Yeah, they're bullying. Moonchild, I do agree with that. I'm getting to it. Getting to it. Burning, they're going to get in there and they have plans to destroy the United States. You can interpret that in whatever way that you wish. But if you want to know the energy that I'm picking up on, they're planning a coup. But it's not a violent coup. I don't pick up on that. I did pick up on that before. Oh man, I gotta fix my nails. Anyway, just do this. They have plans to attack and dismantle our government. And if you doubt that, I just want to mention a side note that there was a time several months ago that I was just walking down the street and I saw somebody in an SUV that had a bumper sticker that said dismantle the government. And that is, I'm not just thinking that that's what they're thinking, but that's what they're thinking. To just they will be sworn in. They'll literally take an oath, swear on the Bible to defend and protect our Constitution and to defend the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. They're going to take an oath that they don't mean. But I do have the Justice card. I did have the Justice card the first round, and I have the High Priestess. So the High Priestess symbolizes what the Democrats are hiding in terms of they also have a plan. The Democrats also have a plan. The Bible will melt. The Bible will melt. Where's my bell? You get a bell. The Bible will melt. Oh, speaking of adding humor to the situation. Thank you for that. I posted it. I haven't seen Jimmy Kimmel's show showing up on my YouTube feed. I don't have a TV, so I just use my iPad. But who saw the Mara Legos, the skit that Jimmy Kimmel did? Who saw it? If you saw it, let me know. Freaking hilarious. So funny. The High Priestess, the Democrats also have a plan. So the Republicans have a plan to get in there, to do whatever they can to destroy the government, to impeach Joe Biden, to go after the Hunter Biden for the whole fabrication of the laptop story. They're going to go after that. I want to tell you, just to give you a measure of hope, the Democrats also have a plan to counter. Wasn't that funny? People are on my replay. Yeah, I know. I told Corey that I always go live. You can split screen. Yeah, check it out. Mara Lego. There's these little kids playing with Legos and there's Donald Trump and he's hiding the documents. And that's classic. Jimmy Kimmel has had some really classic, savable. I'm trying to think. There was another one too a while back that was just I doubled over laughing. I'll think of it. The Knight of Cups. Okay, so this is optimistic. I just want you to know. The Republicans are planning to burn down the House. They're kind of stupid though. The Democrats have a secret plan as to how to deal with this. And the guides are telling me, and the Democrats have had the secret plan as to how to deal with the Republicans for a couple of years now. And this is the DOJ and Jack Smith and the DOJ and all the guides are showing me it's almost like they're just showing me the Democrats are sitting on a whole mountain of information about these insurrectionist representatives that got into office by deception and gerrymandering and voter suppression, and we know the whole gamut of what they have done. Happy New Year, Roberta. Roberta's in Grassroots. Make your New Year's resolution to join Grassroots of Democracy. We have a good time. We really do. We whistle while we work on saving democracy. And subscribe to Midas Touch too. Those guys are amazing. There's some on Midas Touch. You will hear news that really should be on the mainstream news. That I don't know why we're not hearing it. So anyway, that's what's going to happen on January 3rd. Just kind of hold your breath and wait, and I don't know, read lots of fun books and do fun projects. Take my classes in January. I've got a class every single Saturday. You can take the entire series. Stop procrastinating and start living. We're praying for Washington and DC. Washington, DC. Yeah, pray. We do on Midas Touch is the best. We're all doing all we that have YouTube channels that are working to save our democracy, we're doing our best to keep everybody together. Self-care while you wait, I like that. Hold your breath, hold your nose. You'll breathe eventually. Can't do it for too long. It's gonna be okay. What did I say? On Bridge Cape Inn on our show, all of a sudden I found myself saying, we have to all access our inner Ukrainian. Our inner Ukrainian. We have to be strong and tough, and we have to fight back. Okay, does somebody want to ask a question? This is a special night. It's the last Friday Night Live of 2022. We're heading into a new year. Here's Chuck with the quotes. Reminding me. Oh, hang on a second. Sorry about that. I'm back. Psychics are going to save America. Sorry, my iPad just flashed me some silly, stupid message. If it happens again, I'll just come back. So, tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm doing something that I invented last year for New Year's Eve. And I will be reading excerpts from the spiritual books that have had the most influence on me, and we'll be doing some reflection and meditation. I might even get somebody to stream in to play you a song too. We'll see if I can set that up. Now my chat all turned like into a black background. I don't know. My iPad has a mind of its own tonight. Let's hope that it behaves. So, throw me a question. I can come up with one. I just want to know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. When will Trump try to run? He's not running. I mean, well, Trump already announced that he's running. This is weird, because some of your chat, some people in the chat, I don't know if you can see it, but some have a black background and some have a white background. No rally. Well, we were meditating on there not being any more rallies, and now there's no more rallies. You have Ford in charge, a disaster on all fronts. In Ontario? Is that the name of your mayor or something? Will Trump try to escape? I've read on that before and I didn't see him trying to escape. Yes, tomorrow, 4 to 7. I'm going to do a special thing that I did last year too. We're going back to the moon. I can see the ones with the black background much better. I'm not sure how that's happening. Can you guys see that in the chat? Some of you have a black background and some have a white, or is that just on my end? I'm going to pull 3 cards about Kamala Harris. Ford is a premier like our governors. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. I don't know what's going on with this technology. I'm reading on Kamala Harris. Just on my end? Okay, thanks. Yeah, it's so weird. All black on yours. Yeah, I didn't change anything. It just did it has a mind of its own. We have something to do with the settings, but I didn't change anything. It just changed itself. Okay, I can see actually better with the back background. The back, it's like a tongue twister. Black backgrounds. Kamala Harris, the world, the Queen of Coins, the 3 of Cups. Okay, I'm asking about Kamala Harris just because, I don't know, I just thought I would. And I see that the Queen of Coins, Kamala Harris is going after Trump around the money. What I mean by that is, as the vice president, she has a lot of say about what happens, but that a lot of say is going to happen behind the scenes. Kamala Harris is going to have a lot of influence on what happens for Trump, but it's going to be behind the scenes influence. But I'm really picking up, and this is the first time I've picked this up. I guess probably because the January 6th committee just finished and we were focused on that. It's the first time I'm picking this up. Kamala Harris knows how she's going to deal with what's coming up for the insurrectionists and the DOJ and all that. All, people that are about to be subpoenaed. And the world is, this is Kamala Harris's, it's her life path to right the wrongs. And the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. So, and this is bringing to mind the abortion bans. And I feel like on 3 or 4 fronts, Kamala Harris is getting involved, but I just really keep but it's behind the scenes. It's not like we'll have direct news about what she's doing, the workings behind the scenes at the White House. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Roseflower. She just got onto the live video. I almost always come on live on Fridays. It's Friday Night Live. So, the first couple of things I've read on thus far are giving me a lot of optimism. So I'm glad that I'm here. Yes, Jack Smith will prosecute dark money. I have seen that. I have seen a lot of involvement by Jack Smith on the international front. And the threads, I talked about in a few videos before. I think it was a Friday Night Live. You can go back and watch any of those videos. So I feel like these cords, like these threads from the United States across the oceans, and Jack Smith is very aware of those international connections. I have said it before, I'll say it again. There was a time a few years ago when I was just saying the Republicans should have signs on their back walking around, in the Capitol. They should have signs on their back that say, "I work for Putin," because it was so obvious. Helsinki, when Trump threw our country under the bus at Helsinki and told us that, he trusted Putin more than he trusted his own secure homeland security. Unbelievable. So we've been at war with Russia, with Putin, for about 7 years. And the Republicans that were part of the insurrection and continue to be insurrectionists, traitors. There's a direct line. So Jack Smith he's looking at that. He's definitely looking at that. Let's pick 3 cards about Jack Smith. My little commercial break, if you'd like to order a 2023 lunar calendar that was made by my niece, Bree, who's an artist. They're available on my website. They're $20. They'll be a little late to get to mid-January. They should have gotten a better head start. It was kind of spontaneous to put them on my website. Okay, so Jack Smith. The Ace of Swords. This is justice. This is Jack Smith. This is justice. Boy, that guy is really, really, really good at his job. The 10 of Coins. He's following the money. Somebody was just asking about dark money. You're not late to the party. You're here at the right time. So far, Canada is the furthest one away. We're looking for the person who's the furthest away. Yes, Jack Smith, definitely he's following the dark money. 10 of Coins. The Ace of Swords. This, if you read tarot, if you want to know a little about the tarot, the Ace of Swords means great force and great intensity. It's sharp. It's very sharp. Lisa Sharp, I know you're Canadian, and depends. We have someone from Victoria. I don't know if you're the furthest away. We're having a contest. Who's furthest away? And Temperance. Okay, so I'm reading on Jack Smith. We hate the Temperance card. You know why? Because we hate to wait. And every single time I get, when the indictments start flying and the subpoenas start flying, and I've been getting very, very strong feelings in the affirmative, they will, no problem. Of course, Jack Smith is well protected by the higher divine beings. I don't even have to ask that. I know it. I feel it. He's following the dark money. Temperance just means hold on while they're getting it right. There are many cases, court cases, just, generic court cases that take decades to come to, a conclusion, to come to settlements and conclusion. So really, hi Karen Polson. Really this is what I do. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. Be in gratitude that rather than being under fascist rule of Trump, which could have happened January 6th last year, we have investigations going on into Trump. Trump was behaving as if he already was in a dictatorship government. It's interesting. And the other interesting thing is how many times I've said Trump was Mussolini in his past life. And what did I hear Michael Cohen today? I heard him call him the orange Mussolini, or I forget what he called him. I think it was the orange Mussolini. Okay. Somebody from Canada asked me a question about a representative in Canada, and it's hard for me to tune in. Mango Mussolini, thank you. Where's my bell? Thank you, Mango Mussolini, that's what it was. It's orange. Okay. I'm sorry. It was pretty funny. We have to laugh. You have to watch the Mar-a-Lago from Jimmy Kimmel. All right, thank you. Will there be increased domestic terrorism by our own citizens? Okay, what I saw was that there will be more attacks on power plants until we get a handle on it, and I really encourage everybody to write to your representatives to ask them to please get the word in that we need reinforcements of our military to defend us against our own citizens. Cheetolini? Cheetolini. I love it. Let's read on Trump since we're on the topic. Let's do that. How's the weather where you guys are? Today it warmed up to the 50s. Another 8 oligarchs. Yeah, I didn't really read that whole story, but another 8 oligarchs died in strange circumstances since the invasion of Ukraine. Well, let me tell you something about that. Early on, it might be Mandarin Mussolini. Either one works. I like Mango Mussolini too. 55 in DC. Yeah, the weather is totally erratic. Totally erratic. So, meanwhile, back in the land of Trump. Okay, so let me talk about the oligarchs before I talk about Trump. A little bit after when Putin invaded Ukraine, I could see, I saw in my mind's eye, I could see these oligarchs coming together and having meetings about how to take Putin out of power, how to take him down. And now I think what I'm seeing, oh, thank you, I washed my hair. What I'm seeing is that they got together, I felt like the oligarchs were going to overthrow Putin. And what I think is happening here is he's getting wind of it. And he's having them have accidents or be killed somehow. So that's what I'm picking up. Let's take a look at the pendulum. Because Putin's very paranoid. Entertainment purposes only. Putin is paranoid. So were those directed by Putin? The pendulum's giving me the runaround. What are you saying, Christine? Sausage magnate? What does that even mean? She took it away, I guess maybe it was a typo. Is, were those oligarchs connected to taking down Putin? They were connected to an attempt to take down Putin. And I think he got wind of it. All right, we'll look at that right now. We'll look at the oligarchs first. So anyway, Trump really, if you think about it, I'm reading on Putin, but if you think about it, Trump, the whole time he was in office, and it got worse and worse and worse as the time went on as he was in office, he was behaving as if he was playing by different rules. Yeah, one of the guys fell out a window. Yeah, that was a nefarious thing. That I have 6 pendulums. Amanda's asking. Trump was behaving when he was in office as if he really. That's why I say he was Mussolini in his past life, as if that he's a dictator. Like he didn't get the memo that he was president of a democracy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Sausage magnet. I must have missed that. What is a sausage magnet oligarch? What does sausage magnet mean? Oh, I thought you were talking about the one that fell from a window a while back. Yeah, Trump is too confident, but I understand what you're saying, but I went a little step further in thinking about it, and I thought, just psychically, I picked up that he didn't ever get that he was a president, so-called president, in a democracy. Like, didn't anyone tell him? Now, Joanne, let's reel you in. Joanne's really tired of justice not happening. We all are tired of that. But I'm going to reel you in by saying, let's all be like saying prayers of gratitude that we are still in a democracy. Other countries lose their democracies in coups. It happens a lot. Oh, he owned the biggest sausage factory in Russia. And did that happen recently? The guy being pushed out the window? For entertainment purposes only? I have to get caught up on the news, apparently. There's so much news to catch up on. I'm never caught up. I'm reading on Putin. Amanda's asking about pendulums. I do have a pendulum class coming up the first Saturday of February. It's on my website. I'm reading about Putin. I feel like Putin is very paranoid. This is a 2 of Swords. He's not letting on, because you know he has Botox face, and Putin has a Botox face literally, so that you can't read his face. Yeah, that's interesting. Sorry, I'm jumping topics a little bit, but just about Trump. Trump didn't realize that his calendar was public. Like the White House calendar was public information. So he was in a mind that he was a dictator. And that came from his lifetime as Mussolini. And he was likely a king in another lifetime. So Trump really is in another world. And he's not really running for president, just so you know. A few weeks ago, that person was pushed out of a window. I'm telling you. Yeah, the calendar, Trump, the calendar, the White House calendar is public information. Trump didn't know that. Hang on a second. 80 degrees in Australia. Ah, Australia wins. You're the furthest away. Yesterday that guy got pushed? I'm just saying he got pushed. There were a lot of recent Russian deaths of oligarchs. Anyway, I keep going from Trump to Putin, because they're so similar too. Henry VIII off with everyone's heads. Okay. One topic at a time. Putin. Putin is he's between a rock and a hard place, but he's not letting on. He has Botox face. He has Botox treatments intentionally so you can't read him. And it also makes him look, it also makes Putin look like he's not as sick as he is. Yes, the man has Botox treatments on a regular basis so that you can't read his face. For entertainment purposes only. But that is factual. The part that I would say for entertainment purposes only is that that he was... That's all I'll say. The Nine of Coins and the Page of Wands. There are people that are making plans to get rid of Putin. And I had said that before. Oh yay, Amanda has continued to make intentions for each year. Yeah, I'm sure Putin wears makeup. If you want to join an Power of Intention type class, sign up on my website for my January classes. You can sign up for 1, 2, or all 4. You get a discount up until next Friday if you sign up for all 4. So this is Putin. He really is feeling powerless, but and I know that, here's the other thing. He was inviting President Xi to a meeting today. I briefly saw that. Did anybody else see that? Thank you, Lisa Sharp. That I saw in the news, and it went by quickly, and I couldn't find it again, that Putin invited President Xi to meet with him. So he's reaching out for money, 9 of Coins, because Putin's running out of money, but he does think he can get money. I am actually seeing a military coup in Russia. 3 days ago, but a recent death of a Russian oligarch. So interesting. Just when you think people are civilized, I don't know, for some time there I thought people were civilized. And then that all went away. I'm just kidding. Alright. Yeah, the Chinese are broke. Actually, just for the record, I don't see President Xi helping Putin. I don't. And actually, just because I'm on the topic, I'm going to ask why he wanted to meet with China. It's funny because this is what I'm getting. This is, Putin invites Xi to a meeting, and I get no way. I get no way that President Xi is like, how's it feel to want? 5,000 people a day are dying in China right now. Yeah, it's bad. Thank you, Lisa. Give me the thumbs up. So China and Russia. I get that Putin's like, pretty please, pretty please, pretty please, please, pretty please, pretty please. That's what I'm picking up. Somebody looked up 24 mystery deaths of Russian businessmen. So I'm just going to say that early on you could probably find it. I'm going to start documenting the things that I say in my videos somehow. I need help with that. That I saw the Russian oligarchs. I thought they'd be successful, but it remains to be seen. In my mind's eye, I saw them scheming to overthrow him. So the meeting between China, this is interesting, she kind of looks Chinese, doesn't she? The Queen of Swords. Is President Xi married? 9 of Coins again. And the 10 of Cups. I'm getting a sense about China that they want to hold on to all the money that they have. Yeah, I'm getting a hoarding kind of a feeling about China. I feel like China doesn't want to financially invest. It's a losing proposition. That's what the guides are saying. for China to help Putin is a losing proposition. And from Putin, I get this energy of, please, pretty please, join the party, join the war party. Nope. Will G be overthrown? That's a good question. I thought that. Let's see what the cards say, because I did feel like he would. The other night I said that the young adults in China are not going to stand for what's going on. And it may take a while before they can have the kind of government that they want. I think it's a yes. I do think it's a yes. I'm going to pull cards on it. Will the Chinese people overthrow President Xi? He's a vicious, it's funny, he's a vicious man, but he's a small man. The guides are showing me, the guides are kind of funny tonight. They're showing me the Grinch's heart when it was really, really tiny and small. President Xi, tiny, tiny, tiny heart. The Grinch was more appealing. Well, the Grinch's heart grew, but President Xi's heart's not going to grow. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because I'm picking up the money, China and the money, and President Xi doesn't want to give, he doesn't want to throw money at a losing proposition. Okay. These might help. Two of coins, Knight of swords, two of wands. What was I reading on? I forgot. Will he be overthrown? I just forgot what the specific question was. The two of wands. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a few years before there's a regime change. I always have new glasses. They're like cheapies, and I lose them all the time. So I just really, they're like $10. The two of wands is, it's going to take a while for the people to overthrow President Xi, but the Knight of Swords says yes, they're going to definitely attempt it. And they know that they're going to lose a lot. This reminds me of like the Ukrainian people fighting back. It reminds me of the Ukrainian people. I see the people of China doing what they need to do in order to change their government. Because I think Xi is planning to be in on it for the long haul, as in for his entire life. Like a king. Or an emperor, I suppose. I mean, I'm not really up on Chinese history, but if you think about it, I'm sure there were some heinous and vicious Chinese emperors. I'm a reading glasses collector, that's it! I like that one too. I usually sit on them and they break. All the time. And then I get loose, and my latest solution I've decided might be to get prescription glasses that are expensive, so I take better care of them. Yeah, president for life. I'm telling you, it's like I said, Trump was in, his mind was in, I'm a dictator. So-called President Trump, he never viewed that position as serving the people, ever. It's mind-boggling how much he snowed his base into believing, well, it's cult mind control. It's amazing how much he snowed his base into believing he was working for the people. There was no indication of that. The most that Trump did in terms of helping the people was to give them a platform to vent their anger. But he never had, like a dictator, because he is a dictator, he is a fascist, he never, ever, ever had a thought in his mind about how can I really and truly help you. It's incredible. Now he's saying his texts to show how hard he works. What? Okay, did you hear? I'm not going for the granny glass straps. The librarian. Doesn't work on the glasses? Let's see. Yeah, he never ever, what did he ever do for the American people? It's amazing. Mind control at its finest. Oh wait, somebody asked a question. Well, it's cult. A lot of people wishing each other Happy New Year. I can get a thing for my glasses? What kind of thing? Oh, the taxes. Did you hear? I know what I was going to say. Did you hear? Yes, it was a grip from the start, Christine. I nearly fell off my seat. I was driving in my car, so that would have been bad. When I heard, tell me if you heard this, that the $130,000 or whatever it was, whatever the amount was, that Trump paid Stormy Daniels, the prostitute, he wrote it off as a tax deduction. Did anybody else hear that? Nearly fell off my chair. I couldn't believe it. Let's do a read on his tax returns. When I read on it the other day, but it was before they had come out. What I saw was that this would, because people were asking, is this going to change people's minds about Trump, his base? And what I got was, it was going to sour a lot of people. You heard that? He wrote it off. How do you write off your payment to a prostitute as hush money? How do you write that off? That is a stretch. I know, and I just heard that too. He got $72.9 million back from the IRS. I heard astrologically that his luck is really going to hit rock bottom in 2023. Michael Cohen told us that a long time ago. It was the first time I had heard it. Yeah, he wrote it off. The hush money payment, which was more money than a lot of people ever earn and will ever earn in a year. As a business expense, oh my God, that's crazy. Yeah, Andre, I'm going to reach out to Andre at Astrology Alert. He's very accurate. He does have friends at the IRS. Hi Marissa, that's a good idea. I'm not in channeling mode at the moment in terms of channeling individuals. That's kind of a different vibrational mind state to get into than readings. But I'll do another channeling. How many Big Macs did he write off? Probably all of them. Why he was not audited was that he had rigged it up so that whoever was working at the IRS that would have investigated him didn't. He doesn't stop. You're right. So we're looking at what's going to happen with his tax returns. We're going to see, and I've been saying this, we're going to see the international connections with the money. Did he write off his ketchup stock? No, he doesn't know the meaning of shame. He has no shame. Yeah, no shame. So the tax returns are going to show his international connections. You had a reading from Andre? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll reach out to him. The 8 of Coins. Okay. Look at this is about Trump's tax returns. You think you've seen Trump angry? You're going to see Trump really angry. He has a bank account in China. Well, okay, that makes sense then. Because the world is indicating what we're going to see on his tax returns. If, I don't know if the public has seen them yet. Have they been released to the public? I know they were released today, but like the January 6th committee report, it kind of goes out to the media and then we get it later. Yeah, big temper, big. He's going to be defending his tax write-offs. Roxy, did you ask that question the other night? Are more psychics going to be called on by the news media? Your question is inferring that there are already psychics being called on by the news media, which would be the first I've heard of it. Nancy, stop it. Sorry. There's a lot of energy in this room. Yes, you can view them. So has anybody seen the tax returns yet? They just came out today. I like that handle, Blessed Child. That's beautiful. Okay, the Page of Wands. All right. I have a lot of pages around the tax returns, and that means there's some new developments coming. Oh, you didn't ask that? Sorry, I'll catch you all up to what I'm talking about. Froxy Roxy is asking it. Well, Froxy Roxy, you're saying, are more psychics going to be called on by the media, which infers, that question has the inference that they've been calling on psychics, that the mainstream news media has not been calling on psychics. I'd love to be on Midas Touch. I'd love to be on the Mary Trump show. Nancy, you're throwing me off. Yeah, hang on a second. Okay, so sorry, there's a certain energy about certain people sometimes that it's just not. It's the glasses. A lot of people say I remind them of Mary Trump. It's the glasses and the hair. Yeah. I'm gonna pick 3 more cards about Trump and the taxes. Because I felt like that wasn't complete. Yes, but Mary Trump is not a news media. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's not news media. She has a podcast. I could have a podcast. I do reach out to people. They never reach back. What can you do? I'm not persistent. Okay. Okay, so just so you know, just to catch you up, of course I've read on all these things that have been in the news for months before. And I got that Clarence and Ginny Thomas in a past lifetime were the king and queen. I think I got that it was Scotland. Thanks, Brown Bunny Baker. That's a good suggestion. I'll reach out to Mary Trump. The Tower card. So, oh, really? You don't need, I thought you'd need a guest for a podcast. Hang on a second. Hang tight. Because sometimes I get into 5 conversations and then I'm holding the cards and going, what was this particular question? I have the Tower card and the Page of Wands and the Fool. So this is about Trump's taxes. I've been saying that it's the secret documents that are going to go, that's going to be the first big deal. This is the Tower card about Trump's taxes. He's going to continue to act like, remember what he said in the debate with Hillary? The reason was that he wouldn't show his tax returns was because he was hiding something. And he said something like, the reason I haven't disclosed them is, I forget what it was, but he said, because what he alluded to was he didn't pay taxes and that makes him smart. And the other night, Monday night or Tuesday in my video, I was remarking at how much the 7 of Swords card was coming up in my readings, which was just basically saying the American people have been stolen from, like, at a level that we're not even ready to be aware of. Yeah, he kept saying he was being audited, and then when it was alluded to that, like Hillary must have said something to the effect of, that's because there's something nefarious in your tax returns and you hid things, and he said that's because I'm smart. No, that makes you a crook. Audited for 6 years. Well, he did have somebody, he rigged the system. He's masterful at that. He rigged the system so that he didn't get audited. But the tower card is here and the fool card is here. It's going to be shown that he's a fool. Yeah, that's what I meant. The American people. What did I say? We've been stolen from. Did I not say that? Oh, no. Yeah, he's been stealing from us. The American people have been the victims of the crime of being robbed financially. And the fool thought he could get away with it. Well, he did for a certain amount of time, but the Page of Wands is justice coming after him. This page keeps coming up. Well, now what's going to do him in first? Everything's going to do him in. But in order of effectiveness or immediacy, the stealing the top secret documents comes first. The second is, oh, that's a good, I'm going to ask the pendulum, because in order of prosecutions, let's ask this. Will Trump be indicted for stealing the top secret documents? Will that come first? Yeah, Chuck's putting the stats up there right now. Yeah, the top secret documents, it feels like he'll be prosecuted for that first. Chuck says half the population owns barely 2% of its wealth, putting the United States near Rwanda and Uganda and below pre-Arab Spring Tunisia and Egypt, when measured by degrees of income inequality. Yeah, that's a really insightful quote. And that's what I'm saying is we don't really have a concept of how much money has been stolen from us that should be in our country for use by the people, because the people are paying. Oh, thank you, you're so sweet. People are paying their taxes to help the collective, the people of the country. So we have been stolen from. 65 degrees in Arizona? Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much. I don't think, Noam Chomsky had it right. The general population doesn't know what's happening, and it doesn't even know what it doesn't know. Chuck, you must be psychic too, besides having the great quotes. I'm going to be reading from books that are inspiring tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tax evasion is, yes, okay, so I get it's the top secret documents that he stole that gets him first. Is Georgia going to get him second? Because I'm just looking for the order, and that's not going to be second. Is tax evasion going to be the second thing? That looks like a yes. So I'm just looking for an order of indictment, prosecution. What he's going to be, the order in which he's going to be prosecuted for which crimes. There were so many. Yeah, we know we've been stolen from when our bridges crumble, our power stations fail, and our water is not safe. Absolutely true. Yeah, the documents first and the tax evasion second, it looks like. Shall we ask what's going to be third? Is he going to be in trouble for voter fraud in Georgia third? That's not showing up as a third thing. No, that's not third. What else? Well, January 6th, right? Is the insurrection going to be third? Yeah, that's the third on the list. Yeah, that's third. I would say seditious conspiracy. I'm getting a big yes on seditious conspiracy. This is the order of crimes that Trump will be in trouble for. That's literally what we're doing. The man who was in the White House acting as President of the United States. We have to go down the list of the crimes. COVID deaths, I'm telling you. If we want to get motivated to really fight for our country, we could write down all the crimes against America Trump has committed. Not the least of which was inciting a war on the people he swore an oath to protect. I'm telling you. No, I didn't say nothing in New York. I was just going down the list for the order. I'm not saying that he's not gonna, no, I was just looking for the order. It's all up there on the table, you know, it's all up. So, the order, so I got January 6th would be the third item on the list. And then, well, New York was also, New York is never, no, he never won. New York is not the fourth thing. Yeah, write them down. Write down all the crimes that Trump has committed. And then after you get really, 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 really pissed, go to my website and join us at Grassroots of Democracy. We meet twice a week, every week. We're taking this week off because it's a holiday. Oh, Warren Green is in the house. I know Warren Green has a question. I'm ready for a question. Oh, Laura, you didn't say anything bad. You meant anything in New York? Yeah. We know what the crimes are, and I'm just coming from. He's going to be prosecuted for the crimes. He will be. It's not like they just get erased, right? So, in order of importance, tax document. I mean, the secret, top secret documents was first on the list. So many crimes, so little time. Well, Joanne, if people are convicted, you know what happens if Trump is convicted, which he will be. I've always seen Trump under house arrest, I think mostly due to how sick, how physically sick he will be by the time this all comes down. Oh, did Warren ask a question? Will Trump have to pay $100 million to settle his IRS? I don't think he has it. Will Trump have to pay $100 million to settle his IRS audit in 2009? Will he have to pay that? It's going around in a circle. It's not. It's uncertain. It's uncertain. Huh. We do have PTSD from Trump. We definitely do. No, Trump will not relocate to the Middle East. I've read on that before. He wouldn't even be safe there. Speaking of the Middle East, let's see what's going to happen with Jared Kushner. Warren, you got a lot of friends in the chat. What's going to happen with Mr. Jared? The liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to get better. Jared Kushner. I have read on Jared Kushner before, and I saw him being in trouble for international crimes, and I do feel Jared Kushner going to jail. I do. I can't blame them at all, Blue Moon, not a tiny bit. I can't blame people one tiny bit for being impatient about Merrick Garland. Not one iota. I can't blame anybody for being impatient. That's for sure. Jared Kushner. I feel Jared Kushner going to prison. And I have read on Ivanka and Jared before, and I don't see them staying together. And thank you for hitting the thumbs up, and please hit the thumbs up. Well, this is interesting, because I see Jared Kushner, for entertainment purposes only, having a cash cow somewhere. Cash cow. Cash cow. Cash cow. Did you ever hear Autumn on Black and Orange Tarot? She does this every day, which just boggles my brain. I give her so much credit. She calls Jared Kushner the evil mannequin. I laughed so hard. Jared Kushner has a cash cow. And I'm tracing this to the Middle East. The Ace of Cups is a lot of evidence against Jared Kushner at the present time, as we know. This is weird, because I'm kind of feeling like he has some kind of an out. Is he going to escape to the Middle East? No, Jared's not going to escape to the Middle East. Why do I see the... Okay, let's pull a couple more cards to clarify that. Maybe there'll be a delay on him going to prison. What I'm seeing is a lesser sentence because he tells on somebody. Yeah, unbelievable. I just don't get that Jared would be safe in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, the cow almost looks Middle Eastern. I know that was kind of a cool card. I put it back, but as soon as I saw it, I got cash cow. Where'd it go? Jared has a cash cow, and it's in Saudi Arabia. Yes, Kamala Harris will be strong, big things in 2023, but we're not going to hear about it. It's going to be behind the scenes. Is Jared going to squeal on Trump? That's a yes. Yeah, the cards are, I did a show a few weeks back, and I told everyone I had just, I think this is around Halloween. I had come back from Marshall's where I found this deck, Tarot of the Divine. Great deck, I love it. Okay. I'm a little confused about the Jared thing. Let me see. Is Jared going to go to prison? I get a yes, but it's not like a big swinging strong yes. Or no, it's swinging a little stronger. I'm getting yes. But I feel like there's going to be a delay while he goes and sees where he can, get some money. But I just really see the Saudis almost like a rich father, like, oh, if you need some money, Jared, just come to us. Did Jared already flip? I get that he's going to. Yeah, MSB, yes, I get, that's what I feel like it is. For entertainment purposes only, it feels like Jared has, it's like a sugar daddy in the sense that it's like, oh, you need some money, just come over here. Is Jared going to get money? He's going to get money. I'm telling you, this is too much criminal activity for the DOJ to cover all the bases. Oh my goodness. Will any of his charges or help be connected with the Khashoggi murder? When you say the Khashoggi murder, I see Jared, like, I have this image of Jared looking away really fast. Whatever that means. Yeah, he's definitely, yeah, Jared is definitely in legal jeopardy. Okay, hang on a second. Is Jared Kushner going to serve prison time? I am getting that he's going to serve prison time. I just think it's going to take a while. And take a while is relative. It's hard. You'll hear every psychic say it's hard to predict time. Yes, I agree that he sold some of the docs for the $2 billion. But I don't think it was just that. Did Jared sell the documents for the $2 billion? No, that's not what it was. Did Jared divulge secrets to get that $2 billion? United States secrets? Yeah. Yeah. Is the DOJ being very wimpy because of the risk of attack? Nope, that's not, I'm not getting that. Is the DOJ taking so long just because it takes this long? Yeah, but I think there's a little more to it than that. Okay. What do we want to ask about next? For some reason, I'm thinking we should ask about a female. So let's balance it out, you know. Let's ask about Ivanka Trump. What do you guys think? Your chat went away. There you are. Jared could be indicted as part of COVID deaths. Okay, hang on. Jared Kushner and COVID. Jared Kushner actually, I mean, think about it. Just think about it. When I think about that heinous murder of Khashoggi, I have an image of Jared looking for a split second, just in terms of knowing what was going on, and turning his head really fast. He doesn't care if people die. And he didn't care of, in fact, it's like Stephen Miller, you know, it's just, the cruelty is a point, and they take pleasure in the suffering. Is Jared Kushner going to be held accountable for the COVID? I don't even have to say it, for the COVID deaths. I'm getting yes. Marissa, if I had $1 for every time I've had that question. One time on a Friday Night Live, PNN, around October, we spent about a half an hour asking if there was any documents in Ivanka's grave. And I think we ultimately came up with no. I have to go back and read that, or see what I read on that. But I feel like Ivana's grave will be exhumed. And somebody's asking about Abbott. We'll look at that. I do feel like Ivana's grave she'll be exhumed. Her body will be exhumed. I do feel that. But it's not for the reasons that you think. She didn't want to be buried in a golf course. Come on. Yeah, thanks, Warren. I saw no documents. Good memory. Is Ivana's body going to be exhumed? Yes, but I feel like it's more because she didn't want to be buried on a golf course. Would you? So disrespectful. Yes, that's what I'm picking up on, Jesse. That's exactly what I'm saying. Move to somewhere that she wanted to be buried. Because I'm thinking it wasn't in her will. Please bury me in Donald's golf course. And if she was cremated, they could have spread her ashes somewhere, place she really loved. I did say, well, so you can be cremated and have your ashes buried still. A golf course, I know it's bad. Oh, Joanne, you're going all conspiracy. Just kidding. I was just going to read on Ivanka. I picked the mug to match my chair. Yeah, and I've always seen Ivana's ghost haunting Trump. Yes, Moonchild says she would have rattled the chains right off the tee. That's good. You get a bell for that. Good one. Ivanka. How you guys doing? I started out this video. Do you think Donald Trump's kids have any say over what Donald Trump wants? No, I doubt it. I started out this video just asking how you all were doing, because I was picking up on the collective energy where there were a lot of people that were feeling down. So I hope this is helping if that's been the case. Ivanka. And just speaking of Ivana, the mother, I felt like, this is one of my videos this past week, I felt like Donald, I know it's hard to imagine this, but I felt like Donald Trump was very depressed around the Christmas season. I'm going, what's up with that? I didn't think he was capable of having those kinds of like feelings of like personal depression and feeling like almost sentimental. And then when I read on it, I got, and I don't know where I could find this information, I got that Ivana was really into Christmas. And it was the first Christmas without Ivana. Oh man, I'm sorry. Send Amanda some light. She said people die around her this year. That's very tough. Speaking of people dying, Ivana, does anybody know about Ivana? I don't know much about Ivana, but I picked up this week that Donald was actually depressed. And it had something to do with Ivana not being around at Christmas time anymore. So, oh, Blue Moon says maybe the coffin will be exhumed because he loses that property and they don't want that grave there anymore. That's very possible. I do feel like it has to do with the location. Thank you, Rose. Ah, there's a bunch of people here. That's great. Amanda's a wonderful, beautiful person. She was a regular at Church of Spirituality when I first started on Facebook. So some people have a very special place in my heart. Ivana. I feel like it will be because she didn't want to be buried in the vault. I don't feel like it's to find out if there are documents in the grave. I feel like, in the coffin or whatever. I feel like it's that it's improper. So what Blue Moon was saying, I agree with that. Maybe the coffin will be exhumed because he loses that property and they don't want that grave there anymore. Something to that effect. Yeah, Kelly Mack, that's what it felt like. It felt like that this past Christmas being the first Christmas without Ivana Trump. Kelly Mack is saying they probably had some sort of holiday tradition that would have been broken with her death. There was something going on there. There was something going on there. Yeah. Well, Trump is, Warren is saying that Trump and Ivana, don't forget, were married in a past life. Are you psychic? Did I say that? I probably said that. Hola! Happy New Year! Oh, hit the thumbs up, please. Chuck, that's one of the best quotes. You have to keep breaking your heart till it opens. That's nice. For a narcissist, that's not possible. But for normal people... Yeah, man, I mean every word. I mean it. You've been, we know each other. It's beautiful. We've seen each other through a lot. Let's see. Yeah, black background is great from the text, but I don't know how it did that. And I have no idea why some of you have black backgrounds and some have white. I can see all of it. I'm dropping cards. Hang on. I feel like I have a party every Friday night. It's so fun. I like having parties. I think that we do need to read on Kevin McCarthy. What do you think? Garris doesn't think he should be able to not pay taxes on the golf course because of the grave making at a cemetery. I agree with that. Friday! It's Friday! I like it! Yeah. Well, the thing about the chat being black, or is I have like ebony and ivory in the chat here. Yours is Wildflower Wind says her text is white and mine is black, and I didn't do anything to the settings. It just did that. McCarthy. Let's look at McCarthy. I've been saying all along I don't see him as speaker. I see him getting really close to being speaker, and then I see like someone. This is what I see. It's like I see the guides are showing me this because the guides show me pictures and symbols and stuff. And so I see Kevin McCarthy like walking up some steps symbolically, and then somebody tripping him. That's what I see. Let's pick some cards on our buddy Kevin. What's up, Kevin? And I'm seeing him sweating. I see Kevin McCarthy sweating. Really nervous. What's that about? Sometimes it's Friday. Maybe it's a Capitol Police tripping him. I mean, it's metaphoric. It's symbolic. It's like the guides give messages. It's really like being an interpreter. So they give messages and I go, oh, what does that mean? So I just see Kevin McCarthy being knocked off like somebody tripped him as he was walking up the steps. It's not literal. Your feelings about McCarthy, you have to talk to Spirit to forgive you for it. Well, let me tell you. Does it feel good to be good? Does it feel good to be nice? Does it feel good to know that you lifted somebody's heart? Does it feel good? Those people that are that nasty and greedy and criminal and heinous and fascist, they will never feel that kind of happiness ever. Ever. Kelly, you're funny. Well, Putin, Kelly's saying it would be divine justice if somebody tripped Kevin McCarthy. Well, let me just say something. Putin fell down the stairs. Remember, we heard the news, Putin fell down the stairs and soiled his pants. A lot of people don't like Putin. Kevin McCarthy. I got the same card about Kevin McCarthy before. We have a lot of spirit guides on the other side that are helping America to be saved. I know, but sometimes we just have to indulge ourselves in being a little like, just get it out of your system, right? You're not wishing that he gets tripped. It just happened. In your mind's eye. You're not wishing it on him. So Kevin McCarthy, I got the same card about him before. It's gonna be like awful. This is not really death. This is just like out of the destruction, something good and better will grow. Well, I actually think it's the way that people are born. You know if you're a nice person, don't you? Do we have to have a little lesson on a little description of what you might be a nice person if? It does feel good to watch karma in action. I want to address that for a second because I hear, sometimes I hear, psychics or spiritual people, saying, we can't wish bad on them, we can't wish bad on them, but that doesn't mean that we, don't have really strong feelings about wanting them to stop doing harm. So if justice comes and if they suffer the repercussions of their heinous actions and deeds, and if they suffer repercussions, we can't help but feel like good, because then they can't do any more harm. Right? So don't feel bad for wanting them to be disempowered. Yes, you wishing for justice, exactly. So Kevin McCarthy, the star card, this is the United States. overrules this. This is Kevin McCarthy, but there's going to be good that comes. You know, there are some blessings in disguise. You have to look for them, but there are. And the Queen of Wands, I don't know why I keep getting Kamala Harris today. You know, she was a prosecutor. In addition to the news people following the online psychics, do you see? All right, this is news to me. I'm seeing the topic come up a few times that the news media is checking in with the psychics. I did see in the future a place for the psychics in the news, but not right now. Not right now. You're watching Ancient Aliens? That's a great show. I'm getting Kevin McCarthy. See, the Queen of Wands. I feel, okay, Kevin McCarthy, he's destroyed. That's the end, right? But out of the end of him, I don't mean death, I just mean, like, the death card doesn't mean death. This isn't a death card. This is a Ten of Wands. So out of the destruction, something grows, right? And the star is the United States rising above Kevin McCarthy. And I keep getting Kamala Harris energy. I think she's going to rein him in. But like I said, I just feel that what Kamala Harris is going to be doing to affect what's going on in the United States for the positive, I don't think we're going to hear much about it. It will leak to the news media as far as, like, I don't think she wants to be in the limelight about it. And speaking of Kamala Harris, we're going to go to Governor, well, I'm not going to call him Governor Abbott because he has no business being called governor. He's turning Texas into a fascist state. But, can you let me know which podcast that was that Mary Trump was talking about psychics? I am curious. Mary Trump, are you show up in the chat if you're here. Gosh, Kevin McCarthy, huh? My goodness. Yeah. When Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris, let's think back. When he chose Kamala as his running mate, wasn't your first thought, that's awesome because she's a prosecutor? Do you have a question, a specific question you want me to ask about Lindsey Graham? And no sooner did I say it, somebody made a specific question. Will he be kicked out of government? Okay. You're missing Tom Hartman? Can't you watch Tom Hartman? Okay. Where was I? Lindsey Graham. What's going to happen to Lindsey? Yeah, so I think what I've been picking up on today is like the prosecution energy coming from Kamala Harris. Before I go to Lindsey Graham, I just promised Abbott. Okay. Can you imagine living in a country... Oh, Tom Hartman's on vacation, okay. Can you imagine living in a country... Good point, Roxy. The VP's job is usually behind the scenes anyway, that's true. Can you imagine living in a country where people are being murdered all around? The risk of being raped and killed is everywhere, and you just want to live. And so there's an opportunity. Your only chance for survival, your only chance to survive is to travel thousands of miles through horrible, horrible conditions to get to the border of the United States to maybe be able to get in. And Abbott, Abbott's hearing it from the Catholic higher ups because he's supposedly a Catholic. So I really just, we can visualize this. We do every Tuesday night, we do 20 on Tuesdays meditation and visualization group. That's been going on for many months now too. We can visualize healing there, but from a spiritual perspective, for Greg Abbott to be calling himself a Catholic or any kind of Christian or spiritual person is just as far removed from being a Christian as you can get. So, if you have four-wheel drive, it's pretty easy to escape into Canada. Good to know, Fireside Psychic. I'm studying French. My roots, I have French-Canadian roots. I didn't ever live there, but my great-grandfathers, they're all from Quebec. Oh, hi, our Brazilian followers here, Vera Marie. Yeah, and you know what, Foxy Roxy, unfortunately, it's when people suffer enough that they'll wake up. I mean, Americans, when they suffer too, they'll wake up. Abbott. This page of wands just keeps coming up. Abbott's Wheel of Fortune is about to turn in a different direction. He's stolen money too. He's stolen money from his constituents too. The page of wands. This seems to be, I've been seeing this as, you think I have a Quebec accent? Well, I've lived in New England mostly. But I was born and I learned how to talk in Muskegon, Michigan. That's where my dad's from. I keep getting off topic. Governor Abbott. Greg Abbott. I keep getting this card and I keep associating the page of wands with Jack Smith. So I think that Abbott is in trouble for a lot of, for some international stuff too. The Eight of Coins. He's stolen money. He's stolen money. Greg Abbott has stolen money. He's stolen money. It's okay. It happens. The risk of watching my live stream is that I keep jumping from topic to topic. And that's why on Mondays I do just a video that I upload. Because, and then on Wednesdays with Corey at Bridge Cape Band, that's just crazy. But there's a ton of information. There's a ton of information. I answer a ton of questions on that show because Corey just likes to stay on the show for like 3 hours. And I always say I'm going to reel him in, and then I never do. Yes, I'm going to have to... Did you hear the bottles in the background? That's the restaurant 2 doors down. They're having a big night. I guess they're doing pretty well. Okay. DeSantis, shall we look? Oh, Lori. Somebody say something positive to Lori. Ready, set, go. She said, why do we all work so hard and all these pigs get away with stealing? Ugh. If you think they're happy, you're wrong. Just so you know. Thank you, Foxy Roxy. I'm reading on to Satan. I gotta come to Canada. I've got to get my passport. I have to, get all that going on. I really do. Hang on a second. Christine knows what the restaurant is. The bottle dump. The Franklin. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm reading on DeSantis and I feel like this is what I'm getting about DeSantis. People are going to come together and protest what he's doing in Florida. Honestly. This Empress reminds me of the Lady of Guadalupe. I think DeSantis is in trouble. He's stolen a lot of money. I just see blatant, overt criminality all exposed from DeSantis. The Fireside Psychic says, when I was a kid, I used to dream I had a superpower and could touch people in the head, and then the truth would be revealed to them. I love that. That seems like a past life. Not the villages. So I'm talking about DeSantis, DeSatan. What's going to happen with DeSantis. And I see the people of Florida coming together to help one another and loving one another. And the Empress represents the United States, taking care of people. The people in Florida are suffering in huge ways. Remember, they had not one huge hurricane, but shortly after, like a week or two later after Hurricane Ian decimated these huge swaths of Florida and put a lot of Florida underwater. And I don't think that's temporary. Then another hurricane came in. I'm forgetting the name of the next one that came in. And I read that DeSantis put Florida in a media blackout. Wait a minute. Sorry. Little comic relief here. Esther says, why was the snowman looking through the carrots? He was picking his nose. That's one of those elementary school jokes that just still makes you laugh. Florida is suffering, but the suffering is going to make people come together in Florida to help one another. The United States, the federal government is going to start to really pay attention to the people of Florida, to the tune of Ron DeSantis stole federal money for entertainment purposes only, but I think that's news. I think I read that. And the King of Coins is the money that Ron DeSantis stole, and the nefarious things that he did with the COVID money, and other money too, the guys are saying, and with his Russian connections, are going to be uncovered. Hit the thumbs up, please. Thank you. I want to know more about that. Actually, I want to know more about that, and I'm going to switch decks. What time is it? Time flies when you're having fun. Okay, I have about 20 more minutes. Favorite dumb kid joke. Here we go. Why did the plant in a math classroom die? The answer has square roots. I don't know. It's pretty bad. Here's my face. Let me see. I see more thumbs up. We have different views here. Let's see. Ron DeSantis would never win if he ran for president. Is Ron DeSantis running for president? No. I don't get that he's running for president. I don't even know why they're saying that he is. What was I gonna pick 3 cards for? Wait, hang on. Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis. I want to know more about this governor. And he does have connections to Putin, just so you know. My thumbs up says 362, so thank you guys. Hit the thumbs up. Yeah, see, Lori was expressing not feeling very positive, and that's why I addressed that at the start. I'm wanting everyone to do really kind, nice things for themselves, because it's the energy is heavy in the collective, and we really do have to help to lift one another up. Sometimes if you just smile at somebody. Thank you, Lisa Sharp. Okay. Meanwhile, back in Ron DeSantis land, he's stolen a lot of money. Everything's going to work out for our country. Yes! Let's hear it! Love it. DeSantis has stolen a lot of money. Yeah, politicians, you know what, in this hell that we're in America, and this disheveledness and this chaos, is because we haven't kept up with making people that don't have ethics and morals unable to serve. You can be airy-fairy. You think that I'm going to think that's too airy-fairy if you say that you burn Palo Santo? Wait, here we go. Palo Santo right here, and my myrrh is right across the room, and my frankincense is here, and my holy water is here, and my music is in the next room. You have to work at raising the vibration. You really have to work at raising the vibration. When the collective energy is heavy. I did a whole complete cleanse of my space Christmas time. Because I had my Christmas services and all that. My Christmas Eve service got deleted. Just so you know. I think, I have sage here too. I think that we should read on certain people in the Republican Party. Don't you? The reason we're not hearing about the hurricane destruction in Florida is because I've picked up on many occasions since that hurricane that Ron DeSatan was really more concerned with a photo op than anything else. We saw evidence of that. And then I kept picking up that there was a news blackout, that he was banning the media. Because if we knew how bad people were suffering, we would help. We would help, right? Jim Jordan. Okay, so I'm just looking for you to throw out names on people to read about. And I'm going to leave at the 2-hour mark because, you know, I've got to get ready for tomorrow. I'm going to a gala at a castle. It's not, so as far as Florida goes, it's not that the media didn't want to get into Florida to show what was going on in the aftermath of the hurricane. Those go-go booths were just hilarious. At least we get some laughs, right? We didn't see what was going on there. Marjorie Taylor Greene. Yes, the castle is haunted. In fact, Hammond Castle in Gloucester, Mass, where I am. In fact, it was on one of those ghost hunter shows. Jumping around on different topics again, sorry. I'm going to a gala at a castle tomorrow night. But I'm doing my 4 to 7 Eastern Time PM live YouTube. I'm going to read spiritual books to you. Will Kimberly marry Don Jr.? Gross. Am I going to the ball with Corey? I don't know. I'm gonna bug him tomorrow to show up. So the gala has a theme of you dress like the 70s, the 80s, or the 90s. So I picked the 70s, and then the outfit that I ordered 4 weeks ago finally showed up yesterday, and it was horrible. Horrible. So I had to reorder something else. Hopefully it will get here in time. It should. Amazon's good like that. That's why they're so wealthy. I'm reading on somebody. I forgot. Who am I reading on? It gets funny at the end when my psychic brain is just, okay, Jim Jordan. 3 of Swords. Jim Jordan is going to break our hearts. Get ready. Just get Teflon-like. Just get because he doesn't have any power. But Jim Jordan is going to act in heinous ways, and everyone is going to hate him. So that's not good. Thank you, Fireside Psychic. So don't get all upset. Platform shoes. Thank you for reminding me. I need to get shoes. I had to get it from Amazon because I didn't have time to go shopping. It was that would have been too crazy. I'll take a picture. I'll take a lot of pictures. Well, it's just, okay, let me put it this way, with Jim Jordan. When somebody like Dr. Fauci is sitting there, we should probably read on Dr. Fauci too. I think Dr. Fauci is going to move to the Amalfi Coast. That's what I think. Which I just ordered from Amazon just because it was fast, and there's the only way that I could order something to get it here on time. You know how when the Republicans have those hearings and they just yell at the person who hasn't done anything wrong? They yell at the person who's a public servant. That's what this is about Jim Jordan. He's going to get in there and he's going to start doing that. But the Six of Cups is indicative that the January 6th committee has the dirt on Jim Jordan. And it's cups because they have a lot of dirt on Jim Jordan. He's just going to act in heinous ways. And I actually think some people will show up if they're subpoenaed just to make a point. Do my hair like Farrah Fawcett? Oh, feathered? That's an idea. I probably won't. I'll probably just be straight. Have a headband. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. There is too much. Remember, Liz Cheney turned to wear roller skates. That's a good idea. That might be dangerous at the castle. But, remember Liz Cheney turned around during January 6th when Jim Jordan was like trying to help her down the stairs, and she whacked his hand away and said, "You effing did this." Yeah, headband around the forehead. I would, maybe I'll just, I could do Stevie Nicks. Thank you. That's a huge compliment. Matt Gaetz makes your skin crawl. And that's you being psychic because you have a visceral reaction, right? Her anger is subsided and she feels a lot better even though you will get justice. We will have justice. I'm looking for a Janis Joplin jacket. That would be cool, a shaggy jacket. So Liz Cheney did that. So Jim Jordan is going to act like a heinous, horrible person. We're all going to see it and it's going to be really ugly to watch. Human nature is we don't like when people are being treated meanly. We don't like that. So the American people aren't going to like it. But don't worry, the Six of Cups is a January 6th committee and all the dirt they have on Jim Jordan and the Ace of Pentacles, it's clear as can be. I ordered the bell-bottom jeans. You'll see. I'll take pictures just for you guys. And if Corey shows up, we'll take a video. I have a sequin top. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, thank you. Are you guys doing anything? Tell me what you're doing. If it's not that you're staying home. I'm encouraging you to be festive. During COVID, we all stayed home, right? Watching me on, the party's later. The party is doesn't start till 9. Okay, post what you're doing if you're doing something, because I want you to inspire other people to do something. Liz Cheney's not much better called. I don't understand that, Fireside Psychic. I don't understand what you're saying. All I'm saying is that Liz Cheney knew he was part of the insurrection. You missed my point completely. All right, here's my little rule before we conclude. Don't post what you're doing for New Year's Eve unless it's something interesting. You're going to Times Square? No, seriously. No, Wildflower Wind. We're playing a game. Here's the game. You only get to post if you're doing something interesting. It's just a game. And if nobody posts anything, that's going to be really sad. Come on! It's my Sagittarius is coming up. Yes, you can make it up. You can make it up. different, interesting, different, something that, no, I want you to write something that will make people go, oh, that sounds really fun. Like Deborah Smith is drawing a dog picture. Okay. You don't want me over here thinking that you're all going to be boring. You don't want me thinking that, right? Come on. Make it up. You saw Janis Joplin in Sausalito live? Wow, that's a big deal. Watching fireworks at Copacabana Beach. Yes! Going for pie at the truck stop with some friends. Going to a comedy show. Friend's house playing board games. That's fun. Fireworks at Niagara Falls. You might win. Big family New Year's Eve party. You're all healthy. Dance like nobody's watching. Is that Chuck? I thought that was a Chuck quote. Singing karaoke with Paul Simon. Nice. Watching the Eiffel Tower sparkle. A murder masquerade party with 30 people all playing a part. Hogmanay in Scotland. I don't know what that is. A border collie and his pet parakeet at the beach. Wow, dancing naked around a bonfire to raise the energy that you might win. That was good. Good job. Good job. That's great. Yeah, and Anderson Cooper. Oh my gosh. Before I go, which I will do in a little bit. Last year, was it last year? Was it last year when Anderson Cooper and Andy were smashed? I know it was COVID. It might have been might have been going into 2021, right? They were 3 sheets to the wind. It was really funny. That year, that New Year's Eve, 20 to 21, I think it was. Oh no, it was 21 to 22. It had to have been, because they wouldn't have had anything going on. Anyway, all the people from CNN were just smashed. I guess we're winding down, so what should I ask? They were really funny. I was thinking about how they felt in the morning. It's challenging to read cards and read the chat at the same time. Absolutely. That's why I make sure that I don't do it every time. Because I'm just sort of flying by, shooting from the hip here. Oh, if your neighbor is home, you'll see if she wants to hang out and watch the ball drop. Good. See, I want you to say interesting things that you were doing, so you would get everyone's creative juices flowing. I've read about Mark Meadows before, and he's going to jail. You don't have to drink too much Wildflower Wind. What do you care about the people who are drinking too much? I'm not drinking. Still gonna have fun. I got that Mark Meadows is going to jail. Kelly Mack wants to know if Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett will be out in 2023. Will they be impeached in 2023? Well, the pendulum is saying yes. Robin's gonna be drinking. That's fine. The pendulum's saying yes, big yes on Kavanaugh. And Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett. If Corey comes to the party at the castle, I will be the designated driver. I already told him. So let's do 3 cards for the collective. And I want to thank you profusely for being here tonight. I'm not set up for donating right here, but if you go to psychicannetdion.com, there's a donation button, and if you do donate, I have to figure out how to get your email address. PayPal doesn't provide it when you donate. But those of you who have donated to my channel through PayPal at my website, psychicannetdion.com, I want to thank you profusely from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. Eventually, in the second week in January, I'll have a virtual tip jar also. I just have to go through a couple of logistical things to get that set up. And I want to thank Terry, who's my assistant, who's been doing an amazing job. Tomorrow I will be live at 4 p.m. It's not doing psychic readings. I'll be reading from all these different spiritual books, so just kind of randomly chosen off my bookshelf. I'll be reading something inspiring, and then we'll do like a little bit, like 5 minutes of silence, just to kind of reflect. Maybe a little bit of music, maybe a musical guest. I'm going to see if I can get someone to live stream in to play one song to be announced. And yeah, thanks for being here tonight. So I'm doing that. So please join me for that live on YouTube, just like this. And so we can kind of go into a peaceful state together. We can just, be peaceful. And that'll be a nice thing to do early, 4 to 7 p.m. Eastern time. So you'll have time to do your whatever you're doing, depending on where you are. And please join me for Church of Spirituality. If you want spiritual upliftment, can't believe I didn't say that. That's a great place to get spiritual upliftment. Yeah, YouTube takes a big portion of tips that I get. I'm not doing it through YouTube. It's PayPal. Yeah, Terry's awesome, my assistant. Thank you, Terry, if you're here. Yeah, so 4 to 7 tomorrow afternoon. Hit the like and subscribe, and yeah, I think that's everything for now. I always forget something, but thank you so much for all the thumbs up. I noticed a lot of them. And while I'm still here, it's been a really good year, you guys. It's been a really, really good year, great year to be here with you all. I expressed that at the show with Corey the other night. I'm almost going to cry. Since COVID happened, it forced me onto the internet, onto doing everything online, and I didn't know. It was kind of shaky there for a while when you just don't know how it's going to go, when you don't have a momentum and you haven't built a thing. It takes hanging in there and having a lot of faith. And so thank you, because you helped me to just keep going. You make it worth it. So love yourselves, pat yourselves on the back. Please join us for our classes in January. Start the new year off with a bang. Keep your promises to yourself. We'll help you do that. It's a lot easier in a group. Okay, feeling the love, sending you love. Namaste, and we'll see you real soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye.